Let me read this email here before we get an NXT. Leon here has written an email titled NXT Confusion. Hi guys, on NXT last night they had Alicia Fox introduce a rookie named Maxine. Well, I guess they don't like that name because on WWE.com right now it lists Alicia Fox's rookie as Liviana. Same girl, different name. Even more confusing is when you click on the video on WWE.com, it shows the same video from NXT where her name is Maxine. Also checked FCWWrestling.com. Her name on the site is listed as Liviana. So either apparently somebody messed up and got the name wrong, or WWE changed their mind on the girl's name at some point in the last 3 hours. Well, could have been both. I don't know.
It could have been both.
Could have been both.
I would say somebody just screwed up is the more likely answer.
Yeah. All right, let's get going on NXT, Vinny. So go ahead.
The pros came out, then the rookies, then the eliminated guys were introduced in the front row, and then there were only 3 rookies left, so they did a 3-way. Before the match began, we were told that NXT Season 3 would be starting. It would be all Divas edition, and the first mentor was Kelly Kelly. When we teach someone how to wrestle, that someone is Naomi Knight.
Well, actually, they're not teaching them how to wrestle. They're just showing them the ropes, so to speak.
I guess so.
And God knows. Kelly can show some people the fucking ropes.
I guess so.
Yeah.
So we had our 3-way. It was Caval versus Michael McGillicuddy versus Alex Riley.
I would like to add that Cole opened up the show talking about how Caval was great, but his charisma was a bit lacking. Does Michael Cole even know what charisma is?
No, he has no clue what he's talking about.
How can you... I understand that part of this is to get heat with the internet crowd, but there's a lot of things you can say about Caval. Like, maybe claim he's overrated, or he's short, or he's got a weird voice. But to claim he has no charisma, you come off sounding like a moron. You sound like I have no idea. Well, actually, I can't say that because Michael Cole was golden on this show. But that is a stupid statement that Michael Cole has no charisma. Michael Cole...
No, it's a stupid statement that Caval has no charisma.
Caval has no charisma. Caval is at least... Some people may disagree. He's at least at the same level as Alex Riley. I thought Caval was awesome on this show.
Oh, he was the king of the... It is appropriate he won on the show.
Yeah.
So, that being said, this match was an unplanned, indie-rific, clunky 3-way on live national television. They were in each other's way a lot. There were spots where guys weren't really sure what to do. I like the spot where Riley went for a body press, but McGillicuddy dodged, and so Riley body pressed the ropes. And I don't know if he was trying to go over and failed, but he body pressed the ropes and then landed on his feet in the ring and then just kind of sunk down. Then Caval ran wild. He looked extra super awesome, as noted. It was really great. McGillicuddy had him pinned at one point, but Riley broke it up. Then Caval kicked McGillicuddy in the head. He went up top. Riley knocked him off and climbed in the ring to steal the pin. So at least Caval wasn't pinned, and the right guy did lose here.
They so badly wanted Riley to win, which is like... If you really badly want a guy to win, number one, it's wrestling. Fix the contest. Number two, if you don't want to fix the contest, don't open it up to fan voting.
Right.
I also loved on the show how they got to talking about how 250,000 people voted for their favorite on WWE.com. On the same show where they bury people that go on the internet.
Yeah. Yes. They talk about how great it is that the fans get a voice, and in the same breath, talk about how stupid it is that Caval is just an internet creation.
Yeah.
He's just an internet creation, and yet they open their voting to the same medium that created this monster.
Mm-hmm.
So we had Alicia Fox as a pro for, as noted, Maxine. That was the girl's name on the show. I'm guessing that will be her name next week.
Maxine was not overflowing with charisma.
No. So then, to this point, we had seen only divas being pros for divas. So who was the next pro? Goldust.
Yeah.
That made me laugh. He is the pro for Oksana.
Askana.
Whichever.
A blonde with an accent.
She's a hot Russian blonde.
We need another one of those.
Which is why I think it's Oksana, but anywho. So the interview the eliminated guys in the front row about who would win. Titus picked Alex. Eli Cottonwood picked Alex. Lucky Cottonwood said the show was flushed down the toilet when he was eliminated, so he didn't care who won. Everyone booed, and Michael Cole made fun of him for, now he's a bad guy, he said. He suddenly turned heel, and Michael Cole found this absurd. Percy Watson picked McGillicuddy.
It is Oksana.
And Percy Watson named McGillicuddy, and he said this in the most boring manner possible. And I don't mean the most boring manner possible for Percy Watson. he was, by normal person standards, boring here. So I don't know what happened to him.
They told him to stop being an idiot.
I guess so. Well, that was a mistake. All he has is his idiocy.
I think they should have renamed Husky Harris Honky Harris. He would have won for sure. Wouldn't that have been awesome?
Honky Harris?
Yeah, Honky Harris.
It has been many years since there was a honky running wild in WWE.
Yeah, and he was a legend.
He was a legend. Greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time.
When Cannon did his promo, and Cole just said, all of a sudden he's a bad guy, howled.
Yes.
Cole was on fire on this show.
So,
Cole is great when he's a prick heel commentator who actually is telling it like it is. You know, when he's trying to claim that Bryan Danielson sucks or that Caval has no charisma, he comes off as a moron. Mm-hmm. But when he gets on there and he notes that Lucky Cannon fucking is horrible, that's when he's great.
Man, he actually had a much better moment at the end of the show. But Husky went last, and he picked McGillicuddy to win. So nobody picked Caval. Yeah. So they did the first elimination here. After a long tease, Alex Riley was eliminated here.
How old I did.
Miz threw an A-plus tantrum up on the ramp. Riley cut a promo, he buried Stryker. He said the one thing he would miss the least was Stryker talking over him. Michael Cole howled with laughter. Riley declared himself the most talented kid in the contest, which is funny because, unlike the first time I saw this guy, I thought he looked older than a rookie should look. And they were calling him middle-aged, the eliminated guys were in their promos earlier. So he's the most talented kid in the contest, though. And he said he would still bet the future of the company on himself. So if you thought Kelly as a pro was absurd, the Bella Twins are pros.
Yes.
The Bella Twins are going to teach Jamie, the ring announcer, how to be a star.
Yeah. Yep. That's what they're doing here.
We had clips from the China...
I got to talk about the next season of NXT.
Right now?
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
It's all girls. Well, obviously there's some male pros, but the rookies are all green girls.
Yes.
I cannot wait until like next Wednesday when we get the rating for this season of NXT, because it's going to be one of three things. It's going to be up, down, or the same.
Very good.
Yeah. I'm always here for the inside, everybody. But I can't wait to see where it is, because part of me thinks it's all unknown girls with lame coaches. It's going to do a terrible number. Part of me just thinks the people that watch this show are they're like the Impact fans. They're going to watch any wrestling show on Tuesday night, no matter how awful it is. So the rating is going to stay the same. Part of me thinks you're going to have train wreck television with a bunch of hot green girls. This is going to beat Raw. So I'm not sure where exactly it's going to fall, but I can't wait. Can you imagine? I just don't want anyone to get hurt. Okay, I really don't.
Yes.
But the idea of these green girls, and I'm not being sexist here. Let's be honest. The green girls in WWE that wrestle get hurt all the fucking time. They get hurt more often than the green guys do. It's just a fact. You can go back and look at the injury rate for the green girls as opposed to the green guys, and the injury rate is higher for the girls. Now for the jacked up pros, those fucking guys get hurt all the time. But for just green people getting hurt because they're clumsy, it happens way more often with the girls. And can you imagine these girls doing the obstacle course?
The first obstacle course was the Diva
Search.
It was what started the audio for this website.
Many near deaths in that Divas obstacle course.
Amazing, there were no fatalities, in fact.
5 weeks of green hot girls doing this show. It's going to be something else.
The aired clips of the trip to China made it look like a very grand affair. Important and memorable and fun. This is a great highlight package.
You forgot to mention Primo is a pro.
That's next on here, yes. Primo is a pro for AJ.
Yeah, they kept the name.
They did not change her name.
That's what happens when you write the newsletter on Monday night, and it goes up right before they tape this show.
They said, just to fuck with you.
I think they do. Yeah.
She claimed she was representing all nerds. I've known a lot of nerds.
You're one of them.
I may be one of them. None of us look like her.
No.
So the last two rookies, McGillicuddy and Caval, were given a chance to bury each other. McGillicuddy went first.
Yeah.
This was no good.
He sucked.
He made jokes about ninjas and babies and wetsuits. The highlight of this actually was when he made fun of Caval's name and said his parents must be proud. Okay, Joe Hennig. That makes sense. Even Michael Cole was appalled with this performance. He could not believe Alex Riley was cut and this goof was still around.
He said, and I quote at the buzzer, "Thank God." And Alex Riley was eliminated.
And I believe then he said, "What the hell?"
So fans went nuts for Caval. He cut a hell of a promo.
He actually was great.
Not only in delivering content, but he dropped terms like New York, which is where the show was from, and Eddie Guerrero, who everybody loves. So everybody went nuts for his promo. And when it was over, Cole begrudgingly said, "That was actually very good."
It was, yes.
And it was.
There's nothing else you could say.
Cole, in the last 2 weeks, Caval has just been a god on this show.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Caval's always been great, but, when this show started, I thought, boy, they're throwing this guy to the fucking sharks.
There were moments in the early parts of this season where I thought, Caval may not win this.
They're going to make him look stupid. Mm-hmm. They're going to make him lose all the time.
They're going to expose his weaknesses.
They're going to make him talk.
Yes.
Instead, his talking has been one of his strong points here.
Yes.
The thing is, here's what I've learned, though. I learned this a long-ass time ago when, Shawn Michaels had to be a cameraman, and he was really good at it. And then he had to be a referee, and he was really good at it. When you're really, really talented, you're just really good at everything.
I see.
The fact that Caval made it this far with his size and has been a star on the indie scene for 12 years, and he made it to this level, the guy's fucking good. And he got thrown into these deep waters, and because he's fucking good, he ran with it.
He adapted.
He adapted to his circumstances and became great on NXT. So more power to the guy. He's awesome.
Vicky Guerrero is a pro.
Yeah.
And who is she a pro for?
Aloysia's tits.
A giant.
This woman is 6'9", legit 6'9", as far as I know. They had a shot of her. Perhaps PG has just fallen right off the radar, but they had a interview with her, and she is leaning over in a low-cut top to the point that I don't think she has nipples, because I believe all of her breasts were showing.
There was a lot of chest flesh, yes.
It may have just been that at 6'11" or 6'9", each breast is the size of my torso. She has gigantic tits. Falling out of this fucking thing. I could not even believe this made television. This was Sable, when she had handprints on her tits, was less offensive than what I saw in this program here. So anyway, yeah. This is going to be something else.
There's a thread about her on the board. She's enormous. She's as far as giants go, Great Khali is not the most handsome fellow in the world. This woman is not particularly unattractive for being 6'9". So if she has any ability to do anything, she will last forever.
I'm not sure if she does.
She may not.
I don't see her. I see her getting eliminated on week 1 and us never seeing her again.
I think there's a good chance that she's the cause of someone getting hurt badly.
I realize she's tall and all, but what do you do with a 6'9" woman?
I don't know. This woman, as pointed out, she is legit taller than any dudes on the roster except Big Show, Taker.
It's one thing when you have a 6'9" man, mm-hmm. because it's all about size with Vince McMahon, and he goes nuts for these tall dudes, and you can push them towards the championship. They're not pushing a 6'9" woman towards the male championship. So you're going to have a girl in the show that dwarfs all the men?
Yeah. I
don't see this working. I just don't see this one working.
And the other thing is, if you're a 7-foot guy walking around 6-foot guys, you look a foot taller. She's 6'9", walking around girls who are closer to 5 feet taller than 6.
Yeah.
She looks like King Kong.
She will be King Kong in this thing. Maybe this is freak show enough that she can draw some money. Just because people will go to the arenas to see this
large woman.
I can't even say giantess. She is a giant.
Yeah.
She's just a giant. So maybe this will be one of the more successful gimmicks in history. I predict short shelf life. That's just me.
It will stay the same, get better, or get worse.
I mean, for fuck's sake, Eli fucking Cottonwood, hopeless.
Yeah.
So a female version of Eli Cottonwood.
That's largely
good luck
what we're looking at here. Yes. So they announced the winner. Turns out it was Caval.
Wow.
Yeah, shock. He threw a great party. McGillicuddy, having just had his hopes and dreams devastated, was still boring.
He cut a worse promo the second time than he did the first time.
Even before he cut the promo, just they were playing the music and Caval was celebrating and Lee Cool was going crazy. They cut to McGillicuddy leaning against the ropes, just standing there.
He
then
said,
they gave him a mic, and then he said nothing for a long time. Then he said he didn't know what to say.
The best line was when he said, "From this moment on, it will be this moment, right now, of the genesis of the McGillicuddy." What?
He actually said this.
He came off like a tool. This poor guy.
He went on and on for a long time, until the point where I just wrote down in all caps, "You were eliminated, shut up." So then Kaval finally got to speak.
Cole said, "Can we hear from the winner now?"
Yes.
Actually, it was even better, because after he talked about the genesis of McGillicuddy, Cole said, "Oh, great." Yeah.
He would have been so much better off being cut 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Cole would have been so much better as a heel 15 years ago.
Well, that's also true. So, Kaval went to speak, but before he could, all the eliminated rookies jumped out of the front row and beat him up. The pros, like MVP and John Morrison, ran down to make the save, and Kofi. The pros and the rookies brawled. The highlight of this was MVP hit his corner Yakuza kick and Titus O'Neil, and Titus responded by turning around and grabbing MVP by the head.
Yeah.
No hope for this guy.
I like when Titus took down Kaval, and Kaval immediately went for an armbar from the bottom.
So,
nice try there.
Miz and Riley and McGillicuddy returned. Some point here, I don't know what happened, but the pros vanished. They got bored, apparently, and left. So it was Kaval and all the other rookies. They all took turns hitting big moves on him. It went for a very long time. I figured the pros must have just gotten bored.
Let me recap this. This fucking sucked. Okay? So, McGillicuddy is doing his promo. Kaval starts to talk and ends up with the fake America's Most Wanted, Lucky Cannon, and Honky Harris running in, and all of the former eliminated NXT Season 2 guys attack. Then we have the pros run down. Then we have McGillicuddy and Riley run down, and Riley beats up Percy, and then goes to beat up Kaval. So I have no idea whose side anyone is on. As noted, the pros just vanished. Like, I have absolutely no idea where the pros went. They were here in a brawl, and then they were gone, and we never saw them again. Dudes were hitting each other. This just sucked. Do we really need a second Nexus with even greener guys? I'll tell you the answer. No, we don't.
No. Hell no. Shit,
we don't. Anyway, that was Season 2. I gotta say that, again, stars of this show by a wide margin were Kaval and Michael Cole. Michael Cole as a heel has stolen my heart. He really has. He is awesome on this show, and I begrudgingly have to say that every time that goddamn noise goes off and Michael Cole stands up, grabs the mic, puts his spectacles on, and says, "I have received an email from the general manager," and everybody starts to boo like crazy.
And then...
It is now great.
And I quote...
It's great now. It fucking sucked at the beginning, but now it's awesome, and they need to do it forever. And they need to go even harder core heel with Michael Cole. He's bringing life to this fucking show. That's all I ask for is life on the show. Anyway, that was NXT, everybody. We're going to wrap it up with a song here. And as noted, then we'll wrap it up. So, a show for the ages.
Why should we end any better than we started?
A show for the ages.